Gonna have a GMM tonight as well. Get the content schedule up real quick. Don't have a content schedule for you. You know what? I will make sure to get that to you before the end of GMM. We're right here, doing it live. All right, guys. Let's get right into flashbacks. I will get to the content schedule in just a minute, as soon as we have it. That being said, flashbacks. Going to celebrate past performances, upgrade your champions and LTDs using lower tier player items. They're going to melt into the 94 overall champs. With those melted in, you're going to unlock discounted abilities, stat boosts, and extra team chemistries. So, there are 86, 89, and 91 overall versions of the player items. We'll go over the sets for these player items when we get through the champs and LTD player reveals. The additional team chemistries, I believe it's the divisions of the team the player is currently on. They're only available once the player is fully upgraded. So, we will start off with, boom, a flashback of Haason Reddick to December 13th, 2020. He played the Giants and had 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles, Haason Reddick. 6'1", 240. For the team chems, fully upgraded, you're going to get Cardinals, Jets, Eagles, Buccaneers, Panthers, 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. And his abilities get you right here. Tier 4. Mid-zone KO and deep out-zone KO for 3. Deep in-zone KO for 2. Inside shade and edge threat elite for 4. 1 step ahead for 5. With all of his items melted in, it's going to unlock a tier 5 ability bucket for Haason Reddick. That tier 5 bucket: goal line stuff, enforcer, and tackle supreme for 1 AP. And the boosts, again, as you melt in these player items, boosts +1. I'm sorry, guys. I was reading the next player items tier 5 bucket. Scrap those abilities. Pretend I never said them until I reveal the next player item. Haason Reddick tier 4. Acrobat and Pick Artist for 2. Short Route KO and Under Pressure for 3. Edge Threat Elite for 4. In tier 5, Extra Credit, Unpredictable, No Outsiders for 1 AP. Get this guy out of here. What am I reading? Wake up, Horgan. All right, boosts. We get +1 to hit power, tackle, and finesse moves when you melt his player items in. +1 to hit power, tackle, and finesse moves. And on that note, before we get to your next player items, we got your content schedule. Let's try this again here, guys. GMM, you're watching it right now, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Bear with me here. We're going to have GMM tonight at 5:30, right ahead of the Last Chance Qualifier, MCS. So check on in tonight at 5:30 for the reveal of Playoffs Release 3. Collector's Series dropped on Monday. Playoffs release 2.5 dropped yesterday. Again, Flashbacks is what we're going through right now. Playoffs release 3 going to be revealed tonight, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, prior to the MCS LCQ broadcast. Then, of course, you have Legends revealed Friday, going live Saturday. All right, let's try this again. Levante David. Levante David flashback. It's a flashback to 2015. He had 2 interceptions and a pick 6 against the Eagles. 94 speed, 94 hit power, field general Mike linebacker, 6'1", 233. Team Chems, Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Tier 4 abilities. You've heard these before. Deep in zone KO for 2. Mid zone KO, deep out zone KO for 3. Inside shade and edge threat elite for 4. One step ahead for 5. In tier 5, that bucket you can unlock. Goal line stuff, enforcer, tackle supreme for 1. And his boosts fully upgraded. You're looking at +1 to spectacular catch, catching, and zone coverage. Levante David. Next up, we got a man near and dear to my heart. A performance not so near and dear to my heart because they lost this game. But on September 23rd, 2018 against the Saints, Calvin Ridley, 7 catches, 146 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Playmaker wide receiver. (6'1", and Team Chems, Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Jags, Titans. So it's going to be the divisional chems of whatever team they were on in the player item. So for Ridley, fully upgraded Bucks, Falcons, Jags, Panthers, Saints, Titans. In tier 4 for him, mid elite and slot-o-matic for 3. Short elite, deep elite, route tech for 4. In tier 5, deep in elite for 2. Mid in elite and evasive for 1. And his boosts +1 to deep route running, medium route running, and catching. We got Jack Conklin, power right tackle. How are we going to flashback this? Well, I'll tell you how. On December 6th, 2018, against the Jaguars, the Titans ran for 264 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jack Conklin right here, 96 pass block, 96 run block. Titans, Browns, Colts, Jags, Texans, Chems. In tier 4, secure protector for 3, threat detector for 6. In tier 5, fully upgraded, you got lifeguard, natural talent, and linchpin for 1 AP. And his boosts, you're getting +1 when you fully upgrade him to run block finesse, run blocking, and run block power. All right, we got some gilly locks here on the Patriots. 94 speed, 97 man coverage. He had a couple years on the Patriots. He was as formidable as they got. December 15th, 2019 against the Bengals, he had 4 passes defended, 2 interceptions, including a 64-yard pick 6. And Team Chems, you're getting Patriots, Panthers, Bills, Vikings, Colts, Cowboys, Dolphins, Jets. Tier 4, mid-zone KO for 3. Inside shade and deep zone KO for 4. One step ahead for 5. In Tier 5, bench press, pick artist, and outside shade for 2 AP. Boosts, fully upgraded, you're getting +1 to catching, press, and man coverage. Give me a Khalil Mack flashback. Give me vintage Khalil Mack. This is Raiders Khalil Mack. December 12th, 2015, against the Broncos. 5 sacks and a forced fumble. 5 sacks and a forced fumble. 6'3", 260. Raiders, Bears, Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs chems. Because of the AFC West right here. 96 power moves. In Tier 4, you're looking at Acrobat Pick Artist for 2 AP, Short Route KO, and Under Pressure for 3, Edge Threat Elite for 4. In Tier 5, Mr. Big Stop, Secure Tackler, and El Toro for 2 AP. And his boosts, +1 to hit power, finesse moves, and power moves. All right, keeping this thing going. Man, this tugs at the heartstrings right here. Browns Nick Chubb, 2019, September 29th. He had 20 carries for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns. 97 trucking, 98 break tackle on the 94 overall champ. Team chems, Browns and Texans, but then Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers when you fully upgrade them as well. Tier 4, Human Joystick and Tank for 2, Slot-O-Matic for 3, Short Elite and Route Tech for 4. Tier 5 for 1 AP, Goal Line Back, Matchup Nightmare, and Bruiser. And the boosts when you fully upgrade Nick Chubb. Ball Carrier Vision, +1. Juke Move, and Break Tackle. That's right, he could go up to a 99 break tackle. Fully upgraded on the base. All right. One more here. One more before we get to the LTDs. How about Tua Tagovailoa? You remember this game. September 18th, 2022 against the Ravens. You remember this one. 469 yards and 6 touchdowns. 469 and 6. Dolphins, Bills, Jets, Pats, chems. Abilities, Threat Detector 6, Gunslinger 7, Set Feet Lead for 12, Pass Lead Elite 13, Master Tack for 15. In Tier 5, Red Zone Deadeye for 1, Fearless for 3, Inside Deadeye for 3. His attribute boosts +1 to deep throw accuracy, short throw accuracy, and throw power. Now, for your limiteds, we're going to start off. One time for the card art. Flashbacks, man. Making me feel some type of way. Eric Weddle. This is going back to November 28th, 2010. Against the Colts when he had that 41-yard pick 6. Eric Weddle, you're getting Chargers, Ravens, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders chems on him, fully upgraded. In Tier 4, Mid-Zone KO, Deep Out Zone KO for 3, Deep In Zone KO for 2, Inside Shade for 4, One Step Ahead for 5. And in Tier 5, you got Pick Artist, Flat Zone KO, and Tackle Supreme for 1. And his boosts, when you fully upgrade him, +1 to catching, hit power, and zone coverage. And finally, final LTD on the flashbacks today. We got DeSean. Yikes. DeSean. This is from December 12th, 2010. DeSean Jackson against the Cowboys had 4 catches for 210 yards and a touchdown. 4 for 210 and a tutty. 95 speed, 97 deep route running there. And his team chems. So he's going to get the NFC East, but he also played for a million teams. Eagles, Commanders, Buccaneers, Rams, Raiders, Ravens, Cowboys, Giants. In Tier 4, Slot-O-Matic and Mid-Elite for 3. Short Elite, Deep Elite, Route Tech for 4. Fully upgrade them, you're going to get that Tier 5 bucket. It's Deep in Elite, Grab and Go, and Playmaker for 1 AP. And his boosts, when you fully upgrade, +1 to Spec Catch, Catching, and Deep Route Running. All right, let's get to these sets here. First up, 86 overall Flashbacks Elite Fantasy Pack. Exchange any 5 83 to 85s for that fantasy pack. An 86 plus Flashbacks Elite Pack. 8 weekly Spotlight tokens for that 86 plus. Going to 89 here. 3 86 Flashbacks. And any 2 86 to 88s for 189 fantasy pack. 91 BND. Account bound 91. Exchange 5 weekly Spotlight tokens. Your choice of a 91. '91 Hero right here. Exchange 389 Flashbacks and 186 Flashbacks for that 91 fantasy pack. 94 BND, 25 weekly Spotlight tokens. Your choice of a 94 Flashbacks champ. And finally, for a 94 Flashbacks champ, exchange 591 Flashbacks to receive your choice of a 94 Flashbacks champ. All right, here's how you're going to earn your weekly Spotlight tokens for the sets. Take a trip down memory lane as you play through challenges aimed at showcasing the featured Flashbacks players in some of the best games and seasons of their careers. Earn weekly Spotlight tokens that can be used to complete a selection of token sets. And you got it right there. Tiers 1 through 31. 2 Spotlight tokens. All right, guys. Let's rip some dump trucks. I will throw that content schedule back up just so you know. 5:30 this evening. GMM before the last chance qualifier. All right, let's give away some Flashbacks here.